Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, my name is today. Yeah, good. Yeah, today I probably share most of my experience at university and the principle that I thought that would be important. They guided me in the past, and I probably think they'll be quite helpful for everyone. And I just shared a few things, like around 10 principles that they helped me. So I'll be sharing with them. And my background is my name is Awet Ghirmay, and my educational background, I studied finance and investment, and currently working as a head of research for Medieval Money Management as an investment firm. And what we do focus is we invest in technology, pretty much tech stocks. So that's pretty much my background. So I will go ahead and just introduce what I believe that this principle they will help you. I'm sure not all of them, but if you take one or two, you can apply them into your life. I'm sure that would be quite helpful for yourself. And my first principle is, have a goal. When you go to university, it's just good to have your own, goal, and it be clear when you what's your goal is. Decide what you really want. For example, some people, I met some people at university had 20 goals. And I think my advice for you would be, if you have 20 goals, write the 20 and forget the 16 and just only focus for the 2 or 3 goals that you have, because you can't be able to achieve 20 goals. I mean, it is possible, but you cannot be successful in 20 things, because the most successful people we can see, they're only successful in a few things, because you don't have the time to chase 20 things. You only have limited time in university, whatever you're doing. So my advice would be is, focus on few things instead of 20 things. And how I would say as well, when you go to university, you can do things, it doesn't have to be pushed by your parents or anything. Just be flexible as well, and having, willing to change your mind if something, new comes along, and be self-accountable as well. That's pretty much what I would say. And follow your passion and purpose. This is my second one. I personally think this is very important. And you look at the history and a lot of things. If you don't have a passion or purpose of something, you can't continue. You will slow down, and you wouldn't have a reason to continue. Especially if you guys go into university, whoever you go into university, just be just know what's your passion, and be clear where you want to proceed in the future. And I'm sure some of you're quite young, and you probably haven't figured out yet. If you haven't figured out, it's okay. Just take your time, and just take your time, and finally you'll figure it out. For example, in my example, the reason I started, I did accounting before, before I went to university. I didn't really enjoy it. I was just doing it because everyone was doing it. Pretty much, you can say that. So how I would advise you is, and then I found out I was really, passionate about the investment world, the market, the financial market, and I said, I don't really enjoy accounting, and I don't want to do it. So what I decided to do is I decided to do like investment, and then that probably helped me, because now I really enjoy what I do, and I really, even weekend I probably look at the market, look at things that gives me really sense of like satisfaction. And for whoever you are and around this, what I would say is, when you are, especially after you graduate, only take a job that provide you with steep learning curve and strong training. Just don't go for a job that because it's a job that you want, is paying you, a bill or whatever. Find a job that, is providing you with what you really want to go. And I would say, invest in yourself, like read and think in a quiet room. I follow Warren Buffett. You probably know one of the successful investor, and he reads 6 hours a day. And the reason is he does that is just some of you may say, oh, I don't know what I really want to do, and it's probably because you need to spend more time with yourself by reading, thinking, meditating, and preparing yourself to win. Because how would you know if you don't spend time, with yourself. So my advice would be, just find it. And if you haven't found it, take your time, be in a quiet room and think, and it would, you'll be able to figure it out. And the third one is have a great people around you. When you go to university, my experience was there's a lot of people you'll find because I went to Coventry University, and you find people that some of them are great people and some of them are not. So I probably would advise you to surround yourself with the right people. I like this quote: you can't control what others people think about you, but you can control which people you want to be around. So I would say, find the right people, and it's always better to hang around with people better than you, because finally you will drift to their direction. If they're good, you will always be good because they will, there was a good thing out. It will come out of these people. So the fourth one is, I think this is very important. Don't sell yourself short. I find that even me personally, I used to do that, and I would advise you, and I stress the importance of never selling yourself short. And I would probably say self-depreciation is a terrible thing, and you will, aid you toward failure. So my advice would be is just always be confident and, be exactly what you want to be. And remember that, it's okay to not know everything. And as long as you find solution for your weakness, it's okay. And eventually you will rise to where you want to be. So my advice is just don't sell yourself short. Just be clear and, where you want to go. And my fifth one, I'm not counting actually properly, but this is probably, I believe, it's the fifth one. Be a person of value and principle. I probably believe that quite strongly. I don't want you guys, when you go to university, to just go there and you don't really know. Just have at least few values and principles that you think this is very important. I like this quote from Billy Graham. He said, "When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost." So I just want to tell you is you have to, just be a person of integrity, and that's the thing, that's the priceless asset that you can have. That's pretty much it. Helped me, and I believe that it would help you as well, because the character is everything. And learn from mistakes. I am sure Maharaj, you mentioned this, and always try to learn from mistake, and it's okay to make a mistake, and to try to improve yourself every day. Be progressive with everything you do, for example, and look at failure as it's okay to make a mistake and to fail, and it's okay to learn from it, but it's not acceptable as well to fail on the same thing over and over. And I will advise you to just look at failure as okay to fail, as long as you learn from it. I like this quote from Thomas Edison. He was unsuccessful. He tried to make the light bulb. He was unsuccessful 1,000 times. And the way he saw it is, it wasn't unsuccessful. He saw it as attempted to get to success. Like it was every time he was getting closer to, finding, figuring out the next, how the light bulb would work. And this is reach out to people for help. I think some of you, especially the Eritrean community, we think, it's like we don't really reach out to people for help. And I do think it's very important if you don't, because you can't figure out everything by yourself. There's so many things that I don't know. Every one of you don't know. And we need people to help us to reach to where we want to achieve our dream, whatever. So write or call to people you admire and ask for advice or a meeting. And you never know who will be willing to meet with you. So you just have to be open-minded, and you might end up learning something important or from a connection that you can leverage for the rest of your life. So yeah, this is basically one of them, and this is very important. I would stress this is very important. One of the principle that I follow, and I always use it in everything I do. Be willing to change your mind. When you go to university, you start once you start like studying something, or for example, let's say you want to study finance, and if you don't enjoy it, just be open-minded and you just think about what you can enjoy more, and that what gives you more satisfaction. Because at the end of the day, you would work with it, whatever you study, you might end up working on this environment. If you don't enjoy it, just don't do it. Be more willing to change your mind after careful reasoning and not peer pressure. And that's the way to rise to the top of your field. And I believe you can't solve a problem with the same brain who creates it. So always change your mindset, and that's very important, I believe. Take action. When you go to university, as I said as well, just take action. It's just be willing to make a decision. And the most important quality in anyone is in a leader, whatever, I analyze fellow investors and leaders, and I analyze them. They always take action. Like you look at Amazon, Jeff Bezos, they want to cover different things, but they learn from it. So don't just aim, and you have to be willing to fire. Just take action, whatever you do. And if you don't really know how, you just ask people. Tell this is the problem that I have, and how can you help me? What should I do? What do you think? And gather information. And finally, it's easy to make information to make action. And this is as well, don't be afraid. You mentioned Maharit, I think she mentioned this. Don't be afraid, she said, and I agree. Like, don't be afraid. And if you are fearful about something, try until the fear disappears. And it's always good, like to try. At least you can say, when the time comes, you say, at least I tried, I didn't succeed, instead of like I was planning. It's always, don't be afraid when you go to university to try something new, even the topic that you don't know. Just try, and then you never know outcome. And I personally believe this is very important for me as well. Like, be humble, have faith in spiritual matters and in humanity and yourself. So I do believe that helps you, because be humble and kind to others. And especially when you go to university, you will meet so many people, and everyone has a different view, different wiring, different bringing up. So, just be humble and try to understand others. And look after your health as well when you go to university, by exercising and meditate to get clarity of what you want to do, and that will really help you. This is as well very important. Embrace change. I believe we are in a digital transformation. We are in a digital age. Some of you going to university and you're just thinking I do think we live in a very important time. The technology, or the information age, things are transitioning to become digital. So be aware of what you want to study. Just make sure it's to do with a lot of technology as well. And otherwise, because the world is moving, the rise of AI, 3D printing, quantum computing, there's so many things are coming. So just be aware. Just see what's coming. And if you're studying something, at least when you go to university, take classes in terms of technology, like coding or whatever. Just something to add to your career that will give you an advantage. Because we are heading to a very different wave now, and I think you will have to adjust and change. Be open-minded to technology. Just don't be scared of them. This is Brandon knows I love stoicism. I like history and philosophy as well. And do not worry about things that you can't control. I always like the philosophy, everything outside of your mind is out of your control. That included our body. Sometimes we feel ill. So when you go to university and you find things, you encounter things that you can't control, don't worry too much about it. Don't stress. Don't say like, oh, because you can't control it. All you can control is your thoughts, your emotion, and your behavior. And you shouldn't worry about people and things like weather or whatever. So I would stress that to just have this principle. It's quite important to not worry about things that you cannot change or you cannot control. And finally, this is my conclusion. I just created this. Success is all about having the right habits, right? If you are easy on yourself, life will be hard. But if you are hard on yourself, life will be easy. So just try to do the hard thing, because if you're young, I mean, what would you lose? You don't have kids, you don't have like anything probably relying on you. So there's nothing you can lose. Just go all. I mean, try. If you fail, you will learn it, and you will, come back better, and you will improve, and you'll go back again. So don't be afraid. It's all about forming the right habits and doing the right things, and never compromise what you believe in. Never be satisfied with who you are, only with what you can be, and never give up. That's my advice. And success comes down to rare moments and opportunity. And I will probably advise you to be open and alert and ready to seize them. Right people, find right people, resource, and then commit. When I say right people, I probably stress you will find a lot of people, they think they're cool. But, I probably think the people that you need when you go to universities, the people that they are ambitious, they want to go places, and you want to be with them. You don't want to be with people who doesn't want to go anywhere. They just want to have fun, right? You'll find people who just come to university, they don't really know like what they want to do. It's okay not to know, but it's okay as well to find people who are ambitious, so they can, you can learn something from them. And finally, I think it's important to use the rule 20/80. So focus on the few things, because in your life, there's a lot of small things, and most of your result will come from the 20%. Use that principle, and I think it would help you. I mean, in conclusion, this is pretty much the principle that they helped me. There was so many more, but I could not share because of the time that we have. But I'm happy to take any questions after the next presentation. And thank you for giving me this opportunity. Pretty much I had to rush everything, but yeah, if you have any question, I'm happy to answer afterward. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.